Hey, what's up, guys? Chili from O-Town. Should be getting with you now. I have to go in here every single time. I still haven't figured out which property's on or off. Why? Um, why every single time I go off of live, the next time I come back on, I have to go back and reapply a new stream key. It's just odd. I'm not sure. I cannot find. And then not only that, but I have to go into have to go back in for some odd reason and add refresh the car. Okay, so I've got the chat working. Okay, so I have to do that every single time. I wasn't having to do that, and I didn't change any setting that I know of to cause me to have to start doing that. All right, so what you see up here is a Midnight Madness bankroll bankroll. All right, so what you see down here is $1,000 bankroll. All right, so let's look right here. There's my today's stats. So I'm going to just shoot a little while today and try to. I said earlier I was about to start shooting for the 7. No. Let me rephrase that. I don't have to shoot for the 7. It's coming. It's all I've been getting for Saturday and Sunday, 7s. So I said earlier I was going to start playing the dark side bets. I'm going to sit for the 7. If I sit for the 7 and hit it regularly, I might change my set, but I'm just going to set for it and shoot. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to practice shooting, maybe 15 to 20 throws, and we'll track it. I do some bets also. I do a $25 ATS, which is 10, 5, and 10, and I do a $10 pass line. And I'm serious. I'm going to set for the 7. I'm going to set the 4-2. Let's see. I'm going to set for the 3-2-4-5. It's got 7s wrapped all the way around it. Setting for the 7. 4-3, 4-2. 3-2, 4-5. And since I'm setting for the 7, we'll do this. This is lay bets. Now, I know I'm putting them on the wrong side of the table. Not the wrong side of the table, but the wrong side of the boxes. They're supposed to be up top, but that's just harder for me to reach. I'm not going to fool with reaching way up there, so I got lay bets on the 4, 5, and 6. I'm setting for the 7. I really don't like to set for the 7, and I really don't like fooling with lay bets, but that's all I'm getting. So I probably could just use my normal set and avoid this. All right, we got a 6-2-8, so our point's 8. All right, so our set was the what was it? The 4-3. No, it was the. So our point is an 8. We didn't knock any of our lays off, but let's see. Our set was the 3-2-4-5. So the right dice stayed on axis, but the left dice exploded. So again, we're going with 3-2. I'm going with the 3-2-4-5. I'm setting for the 7. All right, I've got the lay bets on the 4, 5, and 6. So I'll do a $25 odds on my 8. I'll go ahead and pick up a 9 for 30. Buy bet. And might as well go ahead and get the 10 for 20. Buy bet. who knows? Whatever I've been doing lately hasn't been working, so I'm just swapping it up. I'm setting for the 7, so we'll see what happens. We got aces. We hit aces. Alright, so with this time the left dice imploded, and the right dice, let's see, we were set on a 5-2. No, we were set on a 4-2. So we had implosion of both. So 3-2-4-5. No, we had drift. We have implosion. Okay, so we had 3-2-4-5. That was a drift. All right, we got a hard 4. Knocked one lay bet off. So we hit a 4. Knocked the lay bet down. I just want to see what happened right here. I'm not familiar with this set so much. So 3-2-4-5. So they both stayed on axis. It's just a double pitch. All right, double pitch. We knocked another lay bet off. Now, generally, when I play this lay bet strategy, if I play 3 lays, when I knock 2 of them off. All right, so our set was 3-2, and we hit a 4, and 4-5. So 3-2-4-5. No, 3-2. Yeah, 3-2-4-5, and we ended with a 4-2-6. So we had a single pitch on axis. So generally, what I was saying, whenever I play the lay bet on someone without the progressions, what I normally do is if 2 of the lays get knocked off, I just take the other lay back. So so far, nothing good out of this at all, because 2 lays got knocked down and we have yet to hit either one of our money that we had on any one of the 3 numbers, box numbers that we've had money on. So we knocked 2 lays down and yet to hit anything else. So, I'm just going to stick with it for another minute. 3-2-4-5 on the set. I'm going with the all 7 set. Now we got a 6. It's a good thing. Well, no, we'd already took that lay down. So that's another 6. We'd already knocked that lay off. Let me rephrase that. So the right dice stayed on axis. The 3-2 imploded. 1-5-6. So the left dice imploded. The right dice stayed on axis. 3-2-4-5. Staying with an all 7 set. I'll probably just sort of take all my place bets down and just continue to lay. Yep, see there? There it is. 2-5-7 or 5-2-7. So see, let's look at the 7 now. Let's see how that 7 comes. So that did knock these off. It knocked all this off. I don't even have to set for the 7 and I can hit it, but if I do set for it, then I knock my lays off before I take one down, then I hit it. So let's see how that comes. 3-2 is on axis, and 4-5 is on axis. So I hit it exactly. I hit it 5-2-7 on axis, primary hit. All right, so 7 down. All right, so what we're going to do again, we're going to lay the 3 numbers again. Not putting them up there though. We're gonna lay them. We're gonna lay them and shoot for the 7. We're gonna put a $10 pass line. Not even. Yeah, I'm gonna put the ATS up just in case, you know. Nah, I'm shooting for the 7. I'm not gonna probably hit an ATS. I can not shoot for the 7 and hit the 7s all mostly. That's all I've been hitting. So now I'm just going to shoot for the 7 and lay in the 3 numbers. Three hard 6. See, there's one down. So the left die stayed on axis. The 4-5. Well, actually, both of them stayed on axis. It was just a double pitch. So double pitch. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We got a point established, but we still got 2 lays. We're gonna wait till we get 2 lays. So we got a hard 6 as our point. We knocked 1 lay bet down. All right, so 3, 2, 3, 4. No, 3, 2, 4, 5. We're shooting for the 7. Six, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. So we get an 8. So 3, 2. Left dice exploded, and 4, 5, the right dice stayed on axis. We have 2 lays left out of 3. If we can get the 7 before we knock off one of those other lays, we won't actually make a profit. You see, we didn't. So we got the 5. So 3, 2, so that's a single pitch. We knocked our second lay off. But this is not the greatest of ideas. Laying. So we've knocked 2 lays off both times. Using all the 7s, Joe, and laying bets, because it seems like I can't shoot and not hit nothing but 7s anyway. So I did two come out rows with laying bets, but now that I've knocked 2 of them off, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the 130 inside and try to recoup a little. But I'm going to stay with the all 7 set. 3, 2, 4, 5. And I'll probably get up right on axis and knock all my money down, since I put place bets out there right now. Most likely that's what I'll do. Par 4, that's an on axis hit. It's just a double pitch. So I got a quarter on it. It pays me 49 basically. It would pay me $1 vig. It would cost $1 vig, but it just pays 49 ultimately. So I was laying them. I was laying them to start with, and then I knocked 2 of them off. So I pulled the third lay down and just started with place bets. So I'm trying to see what you're saying about all 7 set with a purpose. Yeah, all 7 set with a purpose, I guess, would be for me, the purpose is to shooting with all 7 set is so I don't hit the 7, because me shooting with my regular sets, I'm hitting sevens all day. So I'm trying to set with a 7 and hope my dice do like they've been doing, jump off axes, implode, explode, and produce numbers that I don't want. And there's a yoke. So let's see what happened there. The 3-2. The dice exploded there. No, it didn't. It stayed on axis there. This dice imploded. So that's what I'm saying. See, I can't keep my dice on axis. So, Joe, you're saying that Mark K. uses a lot of the all 7 set? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't see what sets he uses. I know he plays a lot of the Wednesday night LFCs more than. All right, we got a 268. Now that was a 3-2. What is our set? 4-5. So that's going to be another implosion of the right dice. 3-2. That one stayed on axis. 4-5 is an implosion. So we hit an 8. So it pays 35. 8's already marked there. Okay. Well, maybe as Midnight Train says, go ahead and lay the 4 and 10. But see, the only thing about if I lay the 4 and 10 with this set, I've done hit it a couple times, this hard way forward, because it's an on-axis hit. It's just it's an on-axis hit, and I've done hit that hard for a couple times with this set. So maybe I really shouldn't be laying the 4 and 10. Maybe I could lay the 10 with this set. Maybe lay the 10. Just shoot this set always. Alright, we got a 4-1-5. So this time we have a right dice exploded. So again, off axis, and this seems to be my luck anyway. Is because I can't keep the dice on axis anyway, so that pays 50 for one. I've got 35 on it. And when I'm using the 3-2-3-6 or the 2-1, whatever the cross twos are, whenever I'm using them other sets, is it the 2-1-2-4? Let's see, 2-1-2-4, is that what it is? Yeah, when I'm using the 2-1-2-4 or even the 2-3-2-1, I can't keep them on axis, and I'll get an implosion or something like that. So maybe I'm just gonna have to go to this 3-2-5-4 set or 3-2-4-5 set and shoot for it. Not exactly a confidence builder in trying to shoot for a 7, I don't guess. But it seems to be. See, there's a 7 now. Got all that good money up there across the lines, across the place bets, and hits a 7. So, you know, it doesn't matter if I shoot for a 7 or if I set for a 7 or if I set for either one, I'm losing money every time. I'm losing it every time. It doesn't matter how I put it up. So I'm really about to the point of just, quitting practicing. I'm really frustrated with this practice. I'm really frustrated with this thing. And I'm about to the point of just quitting this crap. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I set for the point or if I set for the 7. When I got lay bets up, I hit the points and knock my lay bets off. When I put place bets up, I hit the 7 and knock my place bets off. So it's about to the point of, what's the point of all this? It's more about to the point of just that. Because random rolling, it seems like I can get a whole lot more hits. It's just like this right here, for instance. I was about last week or late of the week before. You're probably right, Midnight. Well, I mean, all right, look at LFC today. First row, 0.7 out. All right, we worked it back around till I got my second session. What I have, I got a point number established, maybe a 6 or 8 or something. About 3 rows into it, 7 out. So you're probably right. You're probably about right. Just keep shooting for my same set and put negative bets in instead of the place bets. That's probably what I should try, and that's what I'm going to try this time. So I'm going to lay 3 numbers. This is that Andrew laid 3 number strategy, but I'm not going to put them way up there. Just putting them close. I'm doing the 4, 5, and 6, and then I'm going to use a don't pass line. And then I'm going to my normal set, 3, 2, 3, 6. Clear the crap between the ears and regroup. You're probably right, Joe. Don't do the 5 and the 6. All right, so it should be like the 9 and the. So what you're saying basically is do like. See, I shouldn't do the 6 or the 8 for sure, because this 3, 2, 3, 6 set, it carries 2 6s and 2 8s. That's if I hit primary. I'm not hitting a lot of primary numbers. So you're saying maybe lay. Let's just do it this way. Let's lay the 4 and 10 for hundreds each. How about that? 4 and 10 for 100 each. Well, let's just do 50 each. That way we've got 100. We can't only lose 50 at once. And then that gives us $50 or $100 that we can use for place bets. Lay 4 and 10. All right, I'm going to lay the 4 and 10 for 50 each. Most likely they're going to make me pay the vig up front. But I'm not going to pay the vig up front right now. I'll take care of that later. But if I had to pay the vig up front, I can go on and stick them on it. All right, here we go. Now we are going to go ahead and throw the quarter up for the ATS. Just hopefully, you know, it'll go backwards than what I'm trying to. Lay in the back wall. You're probably right, Joe, because you can only lose 1. So I'm going to try this one first. I'm not going to worry about this vig right now. It's just in my way. If I have to, I'll cover that. You're right. You lay the back wall for the come out. The way my throwing's been going, I'm about ready to just lay the back wall and quit setting it off. See, there's the 2, 3, 5. 3, 2, 5. So the white dice exploded. So we hit the 5. Do I only collect the vig on the win? Well, yeah, but I was at the Silver Star the other night, and I was doing the $30 lays. They were making me pay the vig up front, but if I pulled it down, they'd give me the vig back. So they were making me pay the vig just to lay the numbers. Now maybe them dealers was kind of confused with what was going on, because I had to tell them how much the vig was going to be on the 30, 30, 30. They was trying to figure it out, and I like it's supposed to be $3. So anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 6. But yeah, Joe, that might be the way I go next time. I'm gonna try this one this time. So, oh, okay. So I got 40. I got a chance to win $50 if I hit the 7. So let's just go ahead and go 44 inside, which probably it's not quite enough, but you know I could go higher with the. I can go higher with these. I could go higher with those lays, and I could add a little bit to these. But what I'll try to do is maybe take a couple hits. Hey, what's up, Clay? Yeah, I'm just gonna pay it on the. I'm just gonna pay the vigs if I hit them sevens and have to collect, I'll pay the VIG then. So let me go ahead and put them up there now, since that I do have place bets out there. My point is a 5. Let me put the puck on. I probably could even put some odds on that don't. There's my 5. So see there? See what I'm talking about? Regardless of which way I go, I won't knock myself off. Now I had a place bet on the 5, so it did pay 14 there. So it knocked my don't off, but it did pay there. So I'm gonna go to the do this time. I'm gonna put it on the pass lane. So I hit my point. 145. Still, the left dice imploded. Don't matter how I practice throwing, seems like I find the way to lose money. All right, 628. New points at 8. Both dice exploded. 3, 2, 3, 6 on the set. Here we go. Seven. Could you believe it? Could you imagine? 3, 4, 7. 7 out. So it's not the terriblest thing because I've got 100 up there on the lays. So them 250s actually paid 25 each. No. Yeah, they paid 25 each, but minus the VIG, so they're gonna pay 24. There's 22 of it, and there's 22 of it. So actually made a little bit of money, but I lost a $10 pass line. All right, so we're gonna leave them up. Now, we could do, so we did not hit a 4 or a 10 that time, so we kind of balanced out. No, ain't no trick shot. It ain't no trick shot. It's about a frustration shot, Clay. All I've been able to do is get 7s. So I'm trying to come up with a better idea to how I'm betting, because if I set the dice for 7s, I knock my lays off. But if I set it for regular 3V set, then I get those 7s and I knock my place bets off. So I'm just trying. It's not really a trick shot. They hit the table on his backswing. Where you talking about? Right here? When I go, you talking about they hitting the table down here from my takeoff spot? And I don't have any bets up. I was just trying to ask Clay what he's referring to. Are you talking about they're hitting the table here? What are you meaning? I'm kind of confused. All right, so let's do this. We got 4 and 10 with lay bets, but like Joe said, you can't just lay the whole back wall for the 7. Let's just lay the whole back wall for the 7. You can only knock one of them off, unless you hit the 7, and then you're gonna rack up real good. So lay the whole back wall for 30 each on the come out. Put a $10 pass line and a $25 ATS. Let's get the come out of the way. Oh, my second camera is ahead of my swing. I wonder why that's the case. My video shows to be a pretty good lag, no lag in it. Let me see. Let me go up here and do some, let me just make sure that this is not, let me take that buffering off. See if this helps. I might have had one of the cameras on buffering. I think it did. Okay. Okay, so maybe I had one. Maybe I had that one camera. Maybe that one camera was on a buffering mode. All right, so this is what we did. We did a $10 pass line. We lay in the back wall for 30s on every number, and we've got a $25 ATS, which is 10, 5, and 10. We're still using that midnight train says ain't no need in shooting for the 7, just shoot for the regular set. I'm getting plenty of 7s off my regular set. No need having to shoot for it. All right, we got an ace 3 4 1 3. Left dice imploded 1 3 4. All right, so we got the 4. Knock that lay down. That's all right. We got a new point now. That 4. So what we're gonna do is we'll take these lays down. That was just for the come out, and we'll move 50 to the 10 and 50 to the 4. And then we will go with 44 inside again. No, 44. Yeah, inside. See how that works. So, was it still ahead that time? I'm not going to, this is not going to count. I want to watch the camera as you're referring to. Let me see what's happening. I'm just going to watch the camera and see what you're referring to. They look in sync to me. I'm not sure what's happening right there. That one was better? Yeah, okay. I wasn't counting that row. I wasn't setting or anything. I just picked them up and threw it, but it was a 4-3. All right, so this time I am counting. 3 2 3 6 on the set. Yeah, some kind of auto buffer or something was on. So maybe it was buffering for some reason. There, we knocked our 10 off. Knocked our $50 10 down. See, this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what I do, I find a way to lose my money. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if I play it as an all light side, I knock my money out with the 7. If I start playing the lay bets, I knock them money off with the number. So this is to the point, like I'm saying, I'm about to the point of I'm gonna go ahead and put another 50 on the 4. Probably knock it off right here. So this is why I'm saying I'm about to the point of giving this crap up. About to the point of saying crap with this dice thrower. Seven. Okay, there's the 7, but that's a 5-2-7. No, that's a 2-5-7. So right dice imploded. 5-2-7. We're able to capture 50 back of it, actually 49. Played a dollar big, and we lose 44. Well, we lose 10 more right there, and we lose a $25 ATS, which that's optional. I don't have to play that. Alright, so we got the 44 there. We have to re-up it. Just going to take that 50 and re-up the 44 inside. Take $6 and change. That 44 is back up now. But if you notice, it didn't matter if I played the don't side, I hit my point. But when I played the do side, I hit the 7. So, see. And like I said, it doesn't really matter which way I bet. I'm going to find the way to knock off my bets. Alright, so I'm not going to be working the 44 on the come out. I just got them up just because I didn't want to have to re-up them. I'm going to lay the back wall for 30 each. I'm not going to put them way up there. It's just too much reaching. We know they're 30 each lays. That's across the back wall for the come out. Alright, so that last point. So actually I had a 10 and 7 out. See? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter which way I shoot. So my last point was a .7 out. I hit a 10, then I hit a 7 out. But if I hit the 7 on the come out, that would have paid me the 120 instead of taking the 30 and then me hitting the 7 out and losing another 44. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 6. I'm not even going to put an ATS up. Trying to hit 7s. Trying to hit 7s. We hit 8. So we knock our one lay down. Trying to hit 7s and you can't hit them. Alright, so there's a 6-2. Both dice exploded. 6-2. Alright, so now you take the rest of these lays back down. You just put 50 on the 4 and 50 on the 10. You got your 44 inside, so it's back working now. Alright, so the point's 8. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 3, 6 on the set. Five, 5, hard 10. Knocked it off again. Knocked it off again. Right dice imploded. Go ahead and turn that 4 into 100. Aces. Hit aces. I'm not even going to keep up with it on this. I don't know why I'm keeping up with it on the small tile. I didn't pay for it. I didn't put it up. I'm not shooting for the 7 now. I'm only shooting for the 7 when I lay the back wall. But the 7 is not. I mean, I've already lost money on knocking my $50 off my 10. I really need to hit a few numbers. There's the 8. I don't even know what my point is. My point is 8. I had an 8 and a 10 and a 2. And there's a new 8. So 3, 2, 3, 6. I finally had an on-axis hit. And it pays $14. No, it don't. It loses that dump pass. That pays 14 right there. I do have some other sets that I've been practicing with, Joe, but I'm not that familiar with them. But I do like the 3-1, 3-5, I think it is. 3-1, 3-5s are pretty good one I like. I do use the cross sixes, 6-4, 6-5, and then the 2 4s, 2-4, what's the other? 2-4, 2-1 maybe? 2-4, 2-1, cross 2s. So I will use some of those. 6-4, 6-5 is one of my other ones. That, I mean, I did just mention that one, but that's one I'm more familiar with. The 6-4, 6-5. Alright, so I'm not going to be working to come out as far as the place bets. I got the $100 lay on the 4. I have hit the 8 as my point made. I had the don't pass bet up, so I knocked that down. But I'll go with the 6-4, 6-5 on the dice set. See what happens. 4-1-5. So the right dice. So that's a single pitch. 6-4, 6-5. Single pitch on the axis. Hit a 5. Mark the 5. I didn't put an ATS up. 1-3, 1-5. Okay. Yep, 1315. Yep, that'd be the same as the 6465 1312. So 1315. Let me see what that is. 1315. Yep, that's got cross sixes on the bottom. All right, so 6465. I'll stick with this one more time. I didn't put any money up on ATS. I need a 3 and a 4 to hit the small. There's a 9. There's a 459. That's an on-axis primary hit, 6465. We've got $10 on it. It pays 14. So at some point in time right here, once I make like I hit 8 and I hit a 9, so I've made 2 hits for 14 each. So once I get maybe 4 hits, then I can pull that lay down. I'm just saying that's a possibility. I can pull that lay down because I'll be roughly out of the hand. I'll have my money back here and I can take the lay down and start pressing. So I'll go with your 1315 set. I'll check that one out. Ain't nothing working for me right now, so don't be surprised if this does not work on whatever it's supposed to hit. Because nothing's working for me right now. And we got a 246. So 1315. And we hit a 2-4, so 1-3. The left dice imploded. And 1-5, the right dice imploded. 2 implosions. Both dice imploded, which I think George says that's the middle finger. So, you know, that's a middle finger issue. But we get another $14 or 15 for one. We'll go ahead and do 15 for one. But I really think, so 1315, I really think my main problem is coming out to this table and shooting with this fake money right here. Shooting with this fake money because it kind of builds your confidence that you can go and put that into real live play. All right. But once you get to real live play, there's a couple of issues. You don't have that $1,000 bankroll that you've been sitting here playing with fake money, and on top of that, do you really have $1,000 markers that you're going to buy in for again and buy in for again and take $2,000 to $3,000 like that? So that's one issue. That's one issue that you know, I think playing with this fake money, this creates a false confidence, I guess is what I'm saying. Because, like I said, if you knock your, you know, if you put 640 across and you knock it off with this fake money, it's easy to reach over and grab another $1,000 from the bank and say, all right, we'll take a marker, $1,000 marker. And then say something goes wrong there, a couple of hits. Oh, that's okay. I'll take another $1,000 marker. You know, that's false confidence. Because in reality, that ain't happening. There ain't many folks out there really doing that. 426, was it a 4-2? I think it was a 2-4, but it could have been a 4-2. You're probably right. So if it was 4-2, it was on axis. Yeah, but I'm not for sure if it was. If it was 4-2, it was on axis primary hit. But I called it a 2-4, and it could have very well been 4-2. So you're probably right. But this, so that's one aspect of it, is playing with this false money, taking all these markers, building your confidence that you're really making these hits and getting those SORs up. But in reality, You walking in with $1,000? Are you putting 640 up? Who's going in with a $600 bankroll and doing a 640 strategy? Who's actually going in with a $300 or $500 bankroll and doing a 220 strategy? Yep, you're right, Midnight Train. Every table is different and the environments are different. That's correct. But I'm just looking at this in the reality. In reality. Um, we ain't walking into the casino with $1,000 bankroll and then 2 or 3 more $1,000 markers in our pocket. So who is? Nobody, really. So, and we ain't going to no table and throwing $300 up on, or $900 up, or $1,500 up on an all tall small. Ain't nobody out there doing that. Ain't nobody putting no 500, 500, 500 on no shooter, on no all tall small. So, you know, we it's fun. We having fun doing it. It's fun to do it here. But like I said, I just think it's creating a false confidence. You know, it works here. You get to the real table, and it's a total different ball game. It's different. It's different. All right, but anyway, here we go. Last hit was a 6. Here we go. We're doing the 1-3-1-5. We've had three hits to collect 14 each. True enough, on the 8 that we collected 14, we lost a 10 because we had a don't pass, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. $314 knocked our $100 off. See, and this is my point. It doesn't matter how I bet. I'm gonna knock my money off. It don't matter if I bet on don'ts or if I bet on do's. Whichever way I bet, I'm gonna knock the money off. So this was a 1-3-1-5, and that's a single pitch to knock that $100 4 bet off. So one more hit right there, I was gonna take it down because I was gonna basically have my 44 out of the game, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna put it back up now. Probably should put it back up because chances of me hitting it again are probably going to be slim. But that one, I probably should have looked at that set before I had that $1,000 up there. I mean, that $100 up there anyway, and realized that was a single pitch number. 4-6-10. Glad I didn't have it up there then. So 1-3. So this is a single pitch. I get a lot of single pitches. Alright, so mark the 10. 1-3-1-5. $2-2-4. I'm glad I didn't put that money back up. I said I probably should because I probably couldn't hit it again, but I did. 2-2 hardway 4. I have no money on it. The 1-3, the left dice imploded, and the right dice stayed on axis. Two, 1-3. So there's a small, and we bet every single time we've been betting on an all tall small, and the time we don't put money up on it, we hit it. See that's the stuff I'm talking about right there. 1-3-1-5. Any kind of which way I can lose money, I figure out how to do it. And that time I did not bet on all tall small. I've been throwing quarters up every time, and that time I said I'm not going to play it. And I hit it. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just whichever decision I make, it's going to be wrong. That's basically just my luck. So that's why I'm kind of in the the negative Nancy mood right now with this crap, with these craps. Let me call it like that. With these craps, I'm in the negative Nancy mood because it doesn't matter really which way I do. It's going wrong. 415. Okay, so now I got my point made. There's another $14 winner, or 15 for one. 15 for one. So we finally had enough hits. There's the 15 for the one and a $10 pass line. So there's enough hits that we finally are able to get the 44. A little bit more. I guess we had 5 hits. I didn't see one. All right, but either way, we did knock off a $50 4, a $100 4, and a $50 10. So we've lost $150 already, plus a $10 don't pass. I'm second guessing myself. What you talking about, Midnight? Because of the dice sets, or what you referring to? About this working? No, I'm not actually second guessing myself. I've been trying to stick with it and stick with it and stick with it, and I keep knocking my money off, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you're watching it live right here. If I don't play an ATS, I hit it. If I play it, I can't hit it for nothing. If I lay bets, I knock them off. But if I don't lay bets and I put all place bets, I hit a 7. I mean, it's not really I don't really consider it second guessing. I'm just saying it's whatever decision I make, it's wrong. All right, so now that I've maybe had my chance to knock off some, I don't know how much that was there, something like that. Now that I've had my chance to get my 44, what I thought was my 44 out, I'm gonna go ahead and double everything. So basically, I still have the 44 on these place bets at risk. I mean, from my bankroll, but I've doubled them now due to the fact that I've hit several times, and I still have $30 more here. So let's just go ahead and go with 20s each. I have to get 10 more here, but we're not going to work to come out. I'm not going to work to come out. I got a $10 pass line. I need 11 and a 12 for a tall. So let's go right here. 3-1, 3-5. No, that ain't what we was doing. Yeah, that's going to be across 6s. I'm going to stick with the 1-3, 1-5. That's what I've been shooting with. Four, 6, 10. We're not working, so I don't collect on that. But I got $20 out there. 4, 6, 10. That's an on-axis single pitch. We'll mark that up in the tracker just to see. I'm going to take that 20. I'm just going to put it back there instead of out there. It's just going to pay better. Out there it would pay 19. Out there it would pay what, 30, 39. Over here it's going to pay 40. So 1, 3, 1, 5. Staying with that set. Seven. See? There it is. There it is. Once I get all my money up on the pass side, on the do side, boom, 7 comes. Put it on the don't side, boom, knock them numbers off. So I don't really know if that's second guessing or what, but I know this is to the point of almost what's the purpose. I do know it's that. So 3-1, let's see what happened with the 3-1 that time. The 1-3 implosion. 1-5 stayed on axis. So implosion and a stay on axis with the right dice and get a 257. You right, Midnight. Yep. I know. What was too deep, Joe? You talking about the throw? Or are you just talking about my explanations of all this crap? Because it doesn't matter what I do, it's going wrong every time. That's what's left out of $1,000 bankroll out of, let's see, how many rows? Let's go over here to the stats. They're too deep on the throw. Let's go look at the stats. 33 rows. 33 rows. And down. That's 300 minus all these ones. Not even $20 worth of ones. So $315 maybe. So down 600 bucks. The throw was too deep. Yeah, it was probably to the right a little bit in the hook. And that's probably something that I got to work on too. That's if I'm going to continue this mess. But my throw, when I throw a lot of times, I'm throwing at somewhat of an angle. And what I mean by an angle is, you see how far I am from the back wall. All right, so my hand is what, 4, 5, 6 inches from the back wall. But when my landing's on, they usually land out of here. Somewhere between here and here. So I'm only 4 or 5 inches from the back wall there, but when they land, there's 10 or 12 or 14 inches from the back, from this wall, not the back wall, from my wall. So that's what I'm saying, I'm throwing at somewhat at an angle. Yeah, you right, Midnight Train, you right. Overthinking it, which is a way of you trying to control it, which is making you frustrated. Yeah, it's definitely got me frustrated because Saturday night, I went to shooting my regular normal practice way, 3.2, 3.6, and everything was going wrong. It was come out sevens, it was 0.7 outs, it was, I actually only shot 18 rows. I can't remember what the stats turned out to be. Yeah, Joe, more, but see, here's the reasoning that I have to throw a little bit more toward. All right, so let's see. I got a tape measure right here. All right, so this is what I'm saying. When I throw from this wall, I'm lining up at about 5 inches. So I'm lining my hand up at about 5 or 6 inches from this wall, right here, from this side wall, down there on my end. You know what I'm talking about, in this area. It's about 6 inches out right here where I'm lining my hand. All right, when the landing's on, I'm automatically shooting anywhere in between here and here. This is where the landing zone I'm trying to hit. And this is anywhere from 10 to 18 inches out right here. This little section right here. And the reason that is because my hooks don't display it enough. But at the casinos, these hooks are a lot circular. So they come way out here. They come a foot out before they ever get flat. So you can't really stay in a straight line and shoot straight to a flat wall. You have to shoot at that angle to get past the curved part of the hook. Because the real hook will really start about 10 or 12 inches right here and curl back around. So my hook is more to not enough curvature, if that's making any sense to you. I think it is. So you would say where it says pass line on the back wall right there where the bottom camera shows it says pass line, is that what you're aiming for? And Midnight, you're probably right. I'm probably going to take the break. I was actually, before I come and got on this table right now, I was pretty much to a point of being completely frustrated with it. And I said, well, let me go out here and see if things turn around, and if they don't, I'm just going to quit this crap. And now that it's still not turning around, I'm definitely finna take a break. Probably from it for the whole week, if I even come back to it next week. I don't even know. I'm about really frustrated with it because, like I said, it's too frustrating because the one of the concerns that I'm having is the false confidence. False confidence. You know, you come out here with these $1,000 bank rolls like it's and it is. It's like it's a game. So Joe, right here, you're saying this pass line. So that pass line is anywhere from 20 inches to 28 inches. So that's definitely throwing at an angle. So that's definitely throwing, because this is what I'm talking about. 20 to 28 inches down here, well, of course, would be in the same range of this pad. Well, you can't see it. But 20 to 28 inches here is right there. And my hand's nowhere near out there. But so, like, the recommendation I thought was supposed to be trying to keep it in the straightest line, parallel to this side wall as possible. That's what I thought we was trying to do. I've been having to angle mine toward the center a little more just because the hooks, in order to keep from landing in the hook. And then if I shoot to that 20 or 28 range, I'm definitely going to be throwing at a huge, huge angle. So let's see right there how that right there would affect the dice. Because if you throw at an angle, if I throw at this angle right here, you can see, if I throw right there where that pass line is, starting right here from where I pick up, you're in that kind of much of a, somewhere in that kind of line is the trajectory basically of the dice. Now look at the long picture, not the small camera. So if you're in that type of trajectory for the toss, look what the dice is going to be doing. One is slightly ahead of the other at every position. So one is always, and maybe it don't bother anything, but if they come down, one would be ahead of the other. What I mean, that one would be closer to the back wall. So when they land, you probably you wouldn't have as many rotations for them to stay in. See how they're doing? And I've probably got them off, but one's going to hit sooner than the other. That means the left dice has got further to travel, so that means it's probably going to get an extra rotation or an extra half. And I mean, I don't know if it matters. It probably won't matter. It probably cannot hurt my shooting any worse. It's just in order to keep them on axis and keep them on rotation, I would just, in the matter of physics and geometry, the dice need to be coming at the same degree of, which word am I looking for? One don't need to be more forward than the other, because that's going to make one have to travel further, and that's going to cause it to have to turn more times. But like I said, the way I've been shooting anyway, it probably will not hurt anything. But yeah, so that's the way this kind of sits. That's kind of the way this looks right now. Pretty dismal. Pretty frustrating. And as I said, I don't know if it's so much of the dice changing sets, or if it's just a matter of get the throwing out of my mind altogether and try to really, really, really focus on like what VDC says. You know, the trends. You know, just quit this throwing. Just quit this. Just quit that. Just quit the practice there. Watch the videos, do the VDC, do Vegas's tracking stuff, and then learn how to put all those hot bets. And you know, I'm not, you know, and as Ted mentioned earlier, it's all gambling. So yeah, every time you put money out, it's a risk, no doubt. That's absolutely true. But you know, I can't confirm that it's true or not. But according to Vegas, he says, you know, he has a lot more wins than he has losses. You right, Midnight. I mean, you said don't quit. You had to talk with Ting. Yeah, I seen Ting was frustrated yesterday too. It was, this stuff gets frustrating, and that's why I'm thinking about, you know, the more important is it really worth all this that we're going through to train ourselves and practice these throws, when in reality, if VDC's methods work, and like I said, I can't confirm it. I don't see his wallet. I don't see his statements. Yeah, yeah. I want to be able to do both, but I think the point I'm at right now with the throwing has got me frustrated, and I might need to set that aside for a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Because, as I said, you know, okay. So just look at this. Just look at this, for instance. If this was real money, and this would have really happened to me at the real casino, and I would be down this $600, you know, I'd be going home right now really upset. All right. But since I'm at this table, and I've got all these lines of chips sitting over here, all I got to do is reach over here and grab another $1,000 bankroll and reset. Say, okay, let's reset it. Go to the stats page, reset them to zeros, put my $1,000 back in my bankroll right here. All right, I got $1,000 now. That's all good. Let's reset and retry this again. That's all I'm saying. You know, in reality, I can't do that. Now there might be people that can, but in reality, if I lost that 600, I'm not going to be back at the casino for a while. It's going to take me a while to build that 600 back up and come back to the casino with another 600. So in reality, I don't have this option. 640. I don't have that option to be able to put I don't have that kind of bankroll to be able to do that. So, and in reality, that's kind of the way you need to be able to make money. You got to be able to put money out there to win, and of course the male 130 staying alive strategy. But even 130 staying alive gets whacked. So I'm more or less like this. This is my bankroll strategies. 44 inside. Now, the difference in that is, and you seen it a while ago, how many hits do you got to hit before you really have got your money out of the hand that you can have another shooter? Or, you know, if you're shooting, that you can shoot again. As opposed to putting that 640 up and taking one hit, then you can regress that. So that's what I'm saying. If I put 640 out there and I do knock it off, 7. But Joe, I mean, but that's what I'm getting at is here. You know, if you knock that 640 off, I mean, you practice. But if you knock it off, I mean, and this right here is the thing. You know, you start out with 300. Let's just say you go in a casino and start out with 300. Cash in, you color in, you buy in for 300. All right, minimum is $10 tables, and this is all you got, 300. They're gonna give you 2 stacks of $100 worth of greens, and they're gonna give you most casinos is gonna give you a green and 1 row of red. That's how they're gonna probably color you in with 300. That's what you're gonna have. All right, are you actually taking 220 of that? Yeah, Midnight Train, you're right. I know it. I'm probably taking this stuff way overboard. Probably taking it way overboard. Getting myself frustrated on this stuff. But here's what I'm looking at. So you go color in, so you go buy in at the casino for $300. That's all you got. You are most likely not taking a $10 pass line, a $25 ATS, and then doing a 130 or a 220. Let's just look at the 130. All right, so that's what you would have left right there out of your $300 initial buy-in. You'd have 25, 50, 60. You'd have 135. You've got all that other of the 300. So that's all I'm showing. That's probably what I and Joe, I generally in LFC, I don't bet crazy. But when you get a non-shooter, you know, like for instance, when we see George, everybody knows when they see George come up to shoot, they're gonna put bunches of money out there. But in reality, you ain't got a George at the casino. Y'all got a George? Does anybody got a George at a casino y'all go to? Because I don't. When I go to a casino, all I see is a bunch of is everybody grabbing dice and throwing things up against the wall like this, or looking at them, you know, trying to get them on what they like, and then just any kind of way. You know, they might pick them up and high toss them or anything. That's all you see. So that's all I see. So I'm just trying to be real. So, but yeah. So in LFC, I try to bet, as you just said, as as real as I can, as close to my reality. So I know LFC is for fun, but and that's the thing, you know, you can buy in for 1,000, but you only have to use 300 of it if that's what you want to do. You know, I know the rules are set just to keep it even. We just get 1,000, and that's cool because there's no problem with it. You can set the other 700 to the side. But the thing is, when we see, like I said, when we see George come up, that's where you put your money up, and you start hitting. So yeah, I put 640 up when I see George. But how many times during LFC do we have to get markers sometime because, you know, we're doing stuff that we're not normally doing? But anyway, so that right there is where we'd be standing if we put the 25 for ATS, the 130 up, and the $10 pass line. We'd have this 135 left, and you know, just say you got a 0.7 out, boom, 0.7 out right there. You already, you know, you've already went way over half of what you brought with you, or what you bought in for. I'm gonna say what you brought with you, but if you can get a couple of hits with 130 staying alive, you seem to do pretty decent because that regresses pretty quickly. The very first hit pays 35 on a 6 or 8, and roughly that stays up, and you take that 60 down, which is only 59 because you got to leave $1 up. The very next hit, let's call it a 5 or 9, you're going to get 49, and you're going to get 49. So we got to put $1 up from over there a while ago. So we're really $1 short. We're not going to do that. It ain't got to be that technical. We're just looking at the close. So that's 2 hits. If you can get 2 hits, you've got your money back, basically, because you would have at 36 up there, and you'd have 138 here. And that's what 130. So that's what 130. So if you can get 2 hits on the 130, being it a 5, 6, 8, or 9, being it whichever way. Now, if you got 2 5 hits, or if you got 2 8 hits, it might not be quite as much, but it would still be roughly, you would still be already out of the hand. So, you can, but if you go in right away and somebody gets, and you get a 0.7 out, you're gonna be down to the 135 right away. So then you're starting to play very low. My closest casino is 2 hours. So if I drive 2 hours, I'm not actually wanting to go in, get on the table, put 130 up, and then take a chance of 0.7 and out, and having a $25 ATS and a $10 pass line all gone, and me be down to 135. I'm not really wanting to take a $300 bankroll and put it at that kind of risk. So that's just basically why I go with these smaller numbers, which is generally the 44 inside. Alright, so the 44 inside, and check this out. Now I don't know if this is all casinos. I didn't try it Saturday night. Yeah, the 130 with a 1 count, I mean, that could be an option. But check this out. Now, I don't know if this is, I didn't try it the other night, but if you wanted to throw anything up on the ATS at the Golden Moon or the Silver Star in Choctaw, they made me play a pass line. So I tried to put it on a don't pass. They wouldn't take it. They said it has to be on the pass line. I said, well, that's odd. I thought I could play either. They said not to play the ATS. To play the ATS, you've got to put a pass line down. But I never tried it. I didn't think about it till today. I actually should have tried to put a do don't. I don't know what they'd said. I didn't try it. That's something I'm going to try next time I go there, because I don't know what they'll say. But next time I go there, I'm going to try a do don't. But most likely they're not going to allow a do don't, because they would not allow me to put a $10 don't pass and play an ATS. Now, I don't know if that's odd or if that's standard. Maybe Midnight knows. Maybe Midnight Train or Joe, maybe you know that question, that answer. But I do know that the Choctaw Silver Star Resorts would not let you play the ATS unless you had the pass line up. And to get around the pass line, rule, that might be a do-don't, but I don't know if they allow it, because I forgot about even trying it. But the next time I go back there, I will try a do-don't just to see if they allow it. And if they do, then you're basically playing the ATS almost for free, other than the 12. And the 12 will get you every now and then, but maybe not too often. A 12 on the come out probably not going to get you that often. Well, it would be like that. It's not really so much a 12 on the come out. It's just a 12 on the come out. Yeah, 12 on the come out. And then probably another factor on mine is I probably don't set my, what did you just say about the 30%, Joe? Put a 30% win, that's what you're looking for. And I probably set mine a little too high. I probably want to win, if I start out with 300, I want to win at least 200. So I'm probably setting my win goal way too high from the start. But when I have to drive for 2 hours, in order for me to feel like that it was worth it, I really want to be able to take 300 and make it into at least bare minimum 5, because it's going to take me, like I said, 2 hours. So that's probably another issue that affects. That's probably another issue with, with me driving that little bit more distance. Now, like Paul, for instance, I see him posting on the chat all the time where he's going in and hitting them for 50, 60, 70 bucks, 115. Might not, he might get them for 50. And he's gone, but he's 15 minutes away. He's right there. Ted, you're probably in the same boat. You right there close, I believe. Sleepy's right there close, I believe. I don't think Bird Dog's that close. Vegas is really close. I mean, he's right there with 100 casinos. So, the thing is, I guess what I'm saying is, there's a lot of other shooters that I see that's random, and I really need to learn, as what you said, Ted, both ways. That way I don't have to sit here and rely solely on my own, because like I said, I don't have them kind of bankrolls. Maybe that's I mean, I ain't trying to find a shoulder to cry on about that. I'm just trying to be honest right here. I'm playing more of a 44 inside. And a lot of times I won't even play 44 inside on my own shots, because, if I get down to something like that right there, if my bankroll gets down to something like that right there, and I have to, and I play the ATS, I might only go 3-3-3. Especially if I've already shot a couple times and couldn't have no luck. I might start going real low on the ATS, and then I might start even trying to not take and get all the inside numbers. So I'll miss a couple hits. And that's probably just because losing confidence. So you're saying play a don't for minimum, and then play the minimum, the 6 and 8. Leave the ATS alone, or go $, or something like that, or 2-1-2. And then if you get, say, a hit, you've got 14. 15 for 1. You got 14. Then you only need a couple of hits, right? So you get 14. But I mean, yeah, I guess that could work. And then you just playing small. Yeah, you can play small like that, because generally this is the way I've been playing random shooters. I've not been fooling with the pass line, because after they told me that rule, the one hit can't miss. Okay. All right. So since they told me the other day that you had to play a pass line to play ATS, I just backed off of the random shooters, and I did this number: 6, 5, 6, 8, which is 34. 34. I don't know why I'm making change. I've done messed the $300 bankroll up in them. And then a $10 field. I've been doing that iron cross like that. And then the other thing I did, instead of putting the 10 out there, I just started hopping 5s for the $2 each. So hopping 5s for every row for $2 each, and playing that version of the iron cross. Hopping the 5s, $10 in the field, and then the 6 and 8. That way every single row is going to get paid unless you hit the don't. Unless you hit the 7. And so I could have played, as you're saying, I'm just thinking it out. I could have started, I'm just trying to think what this is. 10, 20, 30, 34. That's $40. So I could have just started out with a $40 don't. How about that? Maybe I'll try it like that next time. Maybe I'll try a $40 don't, hop the yo for $3 on the come out. Hop in the yo for 3 on the come out. That way, if the 7 comes, that's a go. I'm not going to hop 3 different 7s. But now I did notice that these guys played this a lot the other night. They was playing the any 7 bit. So what I could do, I'm just thinking this out. Put a $10 on any 7. Or better yet, if I'm going to put $10 on any 7, that's only going to pay 4 to 1. So I'm putting $10 up to win 40. 4 to 1. So they're going to give me back 40. Well, they're only going to give me back 30, and it's going to be up for the next hand if that was a come out. So better than doing that, and I can't understand why them guys was doing it the other night. Why was they playing the any 7? If I'm going to put $10 up for the any 7, I might as well hop the 3 7s. It's for 9. Because it cost me $1 less. I get $1 back. So I got $9 up on the hops, which is 333. I get $1 back, and if it hits a 7, they're gonna pay me 45. So I'm not real sure why them guys was doing the any 7 bet. The any 7 bet was an every roll, was it? That might be the difference. I have to figure out. Joe or Ted, y'all still there? Do you know if the any 7 bet is an every roll bet, or is that a only time it gets knocked down is when you hit the 7? That might be the difference. That might be the difference, because I can't remember. It seems like the other night when I watched them guys playing that any 7, that was for every roll. Now I know hot bets are every roll, but I'm just trying to think, would you not make more money by hopping the 7s? So the any 7s are one-time rolls. I kind of thought it was. So I can't figure why them guys was putting $10 on the any 7, when the $10 is only going to basically pay them 30 plus the 10 they put up. Whether if you hop the 7s for 333, them still one-time rolls. But them's going to pay you 45, so it's going to cost you $1 less and pay you 5 more. I wonder if they just don't know that. I wonder if they just don't know that. But I don't know why they was doing that. I didn't play it. So that might be my route right here. Go with 40 on the don't and hop the 7s for 9. Hop the yo for 3. Now everything's covered. I can't go wrong. Now, yeah, midnight train. I'm saying the other night at the casino, I watched 3 different guys. They played any 7 every single come out roll. They played the any 7. I've seen 3 different guys doing it. And if a 7 hit, they wasn't just taking their winnings, but they was pressing in any 7s. I seen one dude doing it for $50. No, one dude did it for 25. One dude was doing it for 10, and he did it for every come out roll there was. But if a come out 7 came, he doubled it. He pressed it. He got his money and he pressed that $10 to 20. Another dude, he would do it every now and then, but he'd throw 25 on it. So he was getting 100 back. And then another dude was doing it, and I think he even put 50 on it. I'm not sure. I know it was 3 different dudes, but I seen two of them was doing it for the $10, and one of them was doing it for 25. So I couldn't figure out why they was doing that, because hopping the 7s would pay better. All right, but I'm just trying to figure this out. So if I put 40 right there on the don't pass, and I put 9 and 3, and I put another 12 up to them hot bets, I'm covered. Now, ultimately, ideally, you would like to. Only thing that would hurt you would be the 12 on the come out. That would kill that $12. But other than that, you're going to get a don't established, or you would really like to see. Hey, what's up, Robert? How you doing? You would really, really, really like to see the aces or the 3 come out here. Even a 7 or 11 right here, you'd win a little money, just a touch. You wouldn't win much. You'd have to replace that 40, but you'd have 45. But then you'd have to re-up these other 7s. So you basically would be like, it would pay you 45. They would give you back like 41, because $2 would stay up. I mean, $3 would stay up, but you would lose the other. You'd have to put the 6 up, so you'd have to put 39. They'd give you 39. Is that right? No, 48. They'd give you 42. Because that would win 45 plus the 1-3 that won. that'd be $48, but they'd leave 6 up, so they'd give you 42. You'd replace the 40, so you'd make $2. All right, if the yo came, they'd give you 45, and they'd leave the $3 yo up, so you'd make $5. If the 2 came, you would make an instant 40, but then you'd have to take the 12 back off, so you'd make 28. Same way with the 3. All right, so really, you would like to see 2s and 3s come out right here, or yos. 2s, 3s, 7 or yos would come out. Them would all make a little bit of. They'd vary in the profit, but they would all make money. And then you would establish the don't pass number, and it'd be a lot better if it was a 4 or 10. These 12s would be gone, but let's say. So then the next move you could do would be. Just trying to think this out to see how this plays. All right, so now you'd start hopping. So now we're at this point. It took us so anything a 4, 9, 10, a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. We would lose those 12. We would have a don't pass established. Then we could start hopping for the 4, for the $4 5, the $2 on each 5. $12 on the 6 and 8, and a $10 field bet. Now every row is going to pay you, every single row. So ultimately, you need to get at least what? If you hit your point, you're going to lose this. So that would be your only downfall is hitting the point. But you would have to get the first hit to take care of them hot bets. I'm just looking at it. I'm just really looking at it, just trying to think it out. How many hits would you actually have to have in order to make money? So the very first hit you got. Now, if it's a 6 or 8, you're going to lose this, and they're going to pay you 14. So you're going to replace this. So a 6 or 8 is only going to net you $4. A 2 or a 12 is going to net you double this, so that's going to net you 20. So that's going to help right away. The 3 and the 11 are going to net you $10 more each time. So, but a 7 would pay you this 40, and you would lose that 30. You would lose that 10, 20, 30, 40. You'd lose that 40 and you win this 40. So a 0.7 out, you would actually lose that $12 that you hopped with. So that would be a downfall. If you got a point established and lost, and they hit the point, you lose this 40. But if you could get a couple of hits, especially like say a 5 hit, well, it's going to pay you 30. They're going to take away 2 of them, so they're going to give you 28. They're going to give you 28, but you're going to lose this, so you're going to have to re-up that out of your 28. So you're still going to put 18 in your rack. All right, you put 18 in your rack on any 5. That leaves your hopping 5s up, and that leaves your field up, so you bring 18 in. A 6 or 8, you're going to lose this, but they're going to pay you 14, so you bring in $4. All right, so you bring 4 in on a 6 or 8, and everything stay up, as long as the point's not that. Now, if we ended up with a point of a 6 or 8, I don't know if you'd play that. All right, I'm seeing what you're talking about there, Joe. You would not be playing the field until you're pressed up to 25 on the 5 and 30 on the 6 and 8. That way, even if the 5 and 6 or 8 hit, you can make a green chip. Well, that's true, but how many rows are you going to miss out on by only playing the 6 and 8? Would you be playing, so you wouldn't be playing the hopping 5s neither, would you? See, I'm just looking at a way to get every single row covered. This way you got every row covered. So the hopping 5s is going to pay you 18 if they hit. That's a net of 18, as long as your point's not that. I guess if your point's a 6 on a don't pass, are you actually going to be playing the 6 and 8? I probably wouldn't. If I've got this, I'll probably play everything but that. If my point's a 6 or an 8, I probably won't play it that way. But I might, but that's kind of like, it helps if you hit the 8 because you're gonna get 14 of it back. But if you hit the 7, then you got to take 12 of your $40. So it's kind of like a little bit of a blender, a little bit in a way. It's kind of like a hedge. Well, it definitely is a hedge. I'm just looking at this option of playing the $40. This way, I'm playing $40 on every row, and I'm gonna get paid every single way. Doesn't matter what comes, I'm gonna get paid. The only thing is, if he hits the point, then I lose this don't. So I need to have enough hits, basically, to cover for that don't. So if I got 2 hopping 5s in a row, if I hit, say his point was anything but the 5, and we got 2 hopping 5s in a row, that's an $18 net. So 2 rows would already be at $36. So now if they hit our point, we lost 46. But we already had 36. So if it's 6s and 8s playing the field, you're only netting 4 at the time. So it would take quite a long time. Our point's not a 6 or 8. It would take quite a long time. So let me think this out. You're actually not making any money on a 6 or 8 on this strategy, because you lose the 10, they pay you 14, but you got to re-up the 2 hops if we're playing the hopping 5s. So you're just breaking even on every row if it's a 6 and 8. So maybe what you're saying makes a lot more sense. It's just you're missing all the opportunities to hit the 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, because you're missing all them numbers. And those show up a lot. I'm just looking at it all kind of different ways. How you doing, Robert? We're just thinking this out, or I am, trying to figure out how to win. Trying to figure out how to quit from knocking my bankroll off. And I was saying that if I could learn VDC stuff, but see, the thing about VDC stuff, I got a couple of issues with that. Here's one thing: if it's so lucrative. Now, like I said, I don't know what the man does, but he works. He's got a job. So if that stuff is so lucrative, and if it's truth to what he's saying, how come you working? How come you're not doing this all the time, sitting on the beaches and drinking margaritas, and how come, so that's one aspect. Now I'm not calling him out and saying he's misleading. I'm not saying that. My question it questions my thought of, if that's so real, how come are you working? Because if you're winning more than you're losing, and you're doing this, and you live with 25, 40 casinos at your disposal, at your fingertips, how come you're not pulling that move 2 to 3 times a day and making a bankroll that's sufficient to a living allowance, as that Andrew called it? That's one question I have about that. If it's real, then Robert, I'm talking about the VDC trend stuff that he's been trying to show us a little. I'm not saying he's not truthful about it, but I'm just wondering in my own, if it's real, why is it not a full-time job? Why is it not, that's my career, this is what I do for a living? And I'm not saying that he don't. I'm just saying simply that, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be asking that on this live, maybe. So I'll leave that alone. I'll just leave that alone, because that's probably not my business. I probably shouldn't be saying that on this live. All right, so Midnight Train are talking about the Iron Cross $10 table, but play the 15, 18, and 18. Okay, so what about the don't? Midnight Train, are you talking about on your Iron Cross, or are you going to play a don't to go along with it? And if you are going to play a don't, are you hedging the come out? And then also, so you're saying play 15 on the 5 and then a $10 on? So you saying a $10 field? or a $15 field. So you saying a 15 on the 5? But see, if y'all look at the payouts, if y'all look at it, the hopping 5s are cheaper and they pay better on the Iron Cross. Just take the time to look, explore that. The hopping 5s pay better. Now, true enough, it's a lot more work for a dealer, and if you're playing this and practicing it at home, you don't have to worry about it because you can put the hops up and just leave them and just know to subtract them $4 every time, but they're cheaper. So instead of me having 15 up on that 5, if you're not the shooter, you don't want to play the pass or the don't. Yeah, hops they are one times, but what I'm saying is they're cheaper. They're cheaper if you look at it because, well, maybe they're not. I have to re-explore that. I have to re-explore those hops, but I thought I did that last week, and I thought I seen that they were going to end up being cheaper just to play hops. But as you say, they're not. So Joe, if you're the shooter, you're not playing a don't pass either. Because here's what seems to happen if you don't play a line bet, and you do 15, 18, and 18. Watch what happens real quickly. One or two hits. All right, so 15, 18, and 18 with a $10 field. Is that what you're playing? A $10 field or 15? Because it really needs to be what that 5 is. Well, it don't have to be, does it? That $15 5. Are you saying, Joe saying if he's a shooter, he's going to do a pass? All right, so at this expense right here, $10 in the field, you're not making enough to cover your 6 and 8. Okay, I have checked mails out because I haven't watched mails, but I did see. All right, so you really have to play a $15 in the field in order to win enough to cover. And really, the 15 in the field ain't even enough to cover the 18. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Joe, but I'm talking about Midnight brought up the fact about if he was playing the Iron Cross. Yeah, I think I did see something about that Robert, for 6, 8, 9s and the field and hopping the 5s. But the only question would be on that, I mean, to me, is that 9's paying anyway, so you're double dipping on that 9, and I guess that's okay. I guess playing the 9's, but that's just extra money you have to put up. So really, I'm just trying to look at so really see if a 6 or 8 comes, you're not making enough to cover. You're not making enough off the field. Yeah, I understand that. Oh, okay, Joe. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm looking at it backwards. I'm looking if the 6 or 8 comes, I'm knocking that off instead of this. This is getting knocked off. You're right. So maybe I'm looking at that wrong. I was thinking about the 5. So what happens? So 15's good. It covers it. Well, if you're going to protect for the 5, this is what I'm saying, Joe. This is how I got brought up on this anyway, was the 5. So if you're playing a 15 on the 5 and 18 on the 6 and 8, in order to play the Iron Cross, you really need to stay in whatever range you're playing with the 5, because if the 5 comes, that's going to get knocked off. So you need enough in the field to re-up there, unless you're just going to. Yeah, the 9's okay to play too, but I'm just saying if you want to put the 9 up, that's just that many more hits. So look, so that's what it takes from the start. If you're going to play 4 bets out there, that's that many hits. And if it's a $10 minimum, that's 44. If it's a $10 minimum table, that's $44 you have to put up. All right. If you're going to do a $10 in the field bet, now that's $44 that you have to put up on the 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, hold on. I mean, you don't have to play the 5, but you don't have to play the 9 either. But anyway. Yeah, I know. I'm just overthinking a whole lot of stuff because, all right, so if you put 44 up out there, that's playing the 5, 6, 8, and 9. This is a minimum. It's a $10 minimum. Then you're going to put 10 in the field. That's $54. You get 1 or 2 hits and 7 out. That was the whole point, really, of me saying, trying to figure out a don't pass so that I could be protected, but I wouldn't play the 9. That's the way I really think it's going to probably make. Yeah, I was, but then Midnight Train brought up the point about not hopping them, and then I started thinking I thought it was better to hop them because they pay better. They're cheaper to play them. So this is the thing. All right, so the first thing that I was saying, Robert, just trying to figure all this out, was start out with a $40 don't pass. And I know these hot bets are going to get expensive, especially if you have a shooter making a lot of points. But what I was thinking at first was just put a $3 Yo 11 hop up. A Yo 11 hop for $3, but then I got to thinking, you know, if you really wanted to, you could hop the 7s for $3 each. So if you got a 7 on the come out, you're going to win money. If you get 11 on the come out, you're going to win money. You're going to lose this, but you're going to win money overall on the $45 hop. On the $3 hop, it's going to pay $45. Now on the 7, they're going to take the other $6 off of the 48. They're going to leave you up with 3 that won, but they're going to take the other 6, and then they're going to pay you 45. So that's 48. You're going to leave that all back up. So they're only going to give you 42. Well, you got to replace the 40, so you made $2. That's on any 7. All right, if 11 comes, you're going to lose the 40, but you're going to win 15 right here. And so you're going to win 45 plus that 3, that's 48. So they're going to give you 45. You got to put 40 up here, but you got to replace this 9. So it's actually going to cost you $4 more out of your bankroll that you didn't have, because they're going to give you 45. You're going to replace 40, and then you got to take that 5 and add $4 to it and get them hopping 7s back up if you're playing with the 7s. All right, but let's just say. So now let's say that either the 2, 3, or 11 comes. Well, no, the 2 or 3 comes. Well, the 2 or 3 is going to automatically pay you that 40. But you're going to lose these $12 hops. So you're going to have to come right back up with 28. You're going to put that 12 back up. So now you got a $28 profit. So a 2 or 3 is the best scenario. Because if the 12 comes, this is going to stay even. It's not going to win or lose. But you're going to have to, if you want to, you're going to have to re-up that $12. So that hopping in 7s might be a little bit too much. You might just want to hop the Yo. But I see it happening so many times. Come out 7s. So you would lose your don't pass. So it might just be best just to go ahead and put them other 9 up. All right. So then once you got, say now we got a point established. I don't really care what it's on. But these 9 are down. These 3 are down. So all the hops are down. That 12's gone. Then this was the point I was looking at. Now you throw the other $40 up. 10 in the field, 12 here, and $4 hops on the 5s. So first row, any row, if the 5 comes, you're gonna get 28, because you're gonna get 30 for the 2, 15 for 1, but they're gonna leave that 5 up, so you're gonna have $32. But you're gonna leave all 4 of them up, so they're gonna subtract that off and pass you 28. But then you got to replace this, so you're going to have an $18 profit. All right, if a 6 or an 8 comes, you're going to lose the hops, you're going to lose the field, but they're going to pay you 14. So to replace the $10 field and replace the $4 hops, you're going to break even. All right, that's any 6 or 8 and any 5. We've talked about all 4. We've talked about those 3 numbers, those 4 numbers exactly. Any the 2 5s or the 6 and 8. Now let's look at all the other numbers. We can look at the 2 and the 12 together, because they're going to pay the same. So they're going to pay $20 in the field. You got to subtract the $4 for hops. So you're going to net $16. All right, let's look at the 3 and the 11. This is after a point's established. A 3 and 11. All right, you're going to win $10, but you're going to subtract the $6 hop, so you're going to net a profit of $6. All right, a 9. Well, actually the 4. Actually the 3, the 4, the 9, 10, and the 11. That's going to work the same way. You're going to get paid the $10, but you're going to re-up the $4 hops, so you're going to make a profit of $6. All right, that's that away. Now, when the 7 comes, you're going to lose the 40 that you got out there, but you're going to get the 40 back right here. So ultimately, the goal is you've got to have at least one hit right here to cover the 12. Well, at least a $12 or more hit to cover the initial hop bets that it took to get this dump pass established. So if you hit, like, say the point come out to be a 4 and they hit the 6 and then they hit the 8 and they hit the 6 and then they hit the 7 out, you're never going to make any money on the 6 or 8s. So really, do you even want to bet them? Well, you probably do need to bet them. That way it can keep playing for the hops. But if you don't bet the 6 and 8s and they hit 2 or 3 times, you're going to steadily put them $4 up every time. So yeah, you better play them or don't play them at all, and then put the hop bet as just go ahead and take the hop bets and just make it a 5. But if you're not going to play the hop bets, then you might as well just get the 5, 6, and 8. All right, but it's probably best just to go ahead and play the 6 and 8 for 12 each. That way you still got 40 on the game. And if you got a 6 and 8 and a 6 and 8, and then you hit a 7, you're going to just lose. Basically, you're only going to lose what you hopped out to start with, so it's going to be $12. But if you hit the 5 1 or 2 times, that's an $18 profit every time the 5 hits this way. Over here, if you got the $10 on the 5, it's only a $14 profit. So that's why I was saying to Midnight that it's better to hop them, because if you didn't hop them, now in the long run, I guess it depends on what our numbers hit. Because if you had a bunch of 5s hitting, you'd pay better by hopping them. But if you had a bunch of 6s and 8s hitting, you'd probably get paid better if you wasn't hopping them, because you wouldn't have to be re-upping them hops every time. You'd be making $4 every time instead of throwing them back in on those hops. So I guess it's just some kind of trend. But it would be really good when the 5s hit, and it's probably real good when the 2s and the 12s hit, because you're netting $16 profit on them. So let's say we got our 40, we used our $12 to get our point established. We got a point established in our very first row. We get our 5, boom, we're up $18. And it doesn't matter now at this point what happens. We're in the profit, one row, because when the 7 comes, yeah, we're going to lose this 40 that's out there, but we're going to get 40 more bucks right here. So that's going to break even. So every hit that we take from this Iron Cross is going to be our profit. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I really like that idea. Now you can scale that up if you wanted to go to higher units. Just scale everything up. So for every $5 that you want to scale up, make sure you throw another dollar on all hops. But scale everything up together. So if we wanted to scale everything up a $5 unit, we do an extra 5 in the field, we do an extra 5 there, extra 5 there, extra 5 there, and we have to add an extra dollar to all the different hop bets, which is basically instead of that being $9 now it's 12 over here. And instead of this being 3, now it's 4. So we can do that. We can do that. We could even do it that way. Because now, see, we got $45 to gain on the 7. And this might be even better when it comes to the hops. Because now we got $4 for every 7. And we got $4 for the yoke on the come out. That way, if it comes, we're going to get 60. So that might be even better, just to go up to 45 right there. Hop the 5s for $3 each. Hop the, no. Coming out, that's what we're going to do coming out. I think this might even be our better strategy. Coming out, we're going to give the dealer $16. We're hopping $4 yoke, and $12, we're hopping out 3-way 7s. $12. That's $16. All right, we got a $45 dump though. If the yo comes right away, that $4 is going to pay us $60. We're going to lose this $45, and we're going to lose that $12, so that's $57. But this 4 is going to remain up, and he's going to give us $60. So we're going to be a $3 profit. All right, let's see what happens if the 7 comes. 7 comes. All right, $4 is going to pay us $60, but he's got to take 8 more of that out because 4 of it remains up. All right, so let me change these out. It'll make more sense to me if I change them. I've got 3 $4 hops there. And if the 7 comes, you're going to lose 8 of it, but 4 of it's going to remain. So in order to return that 8, he's going to give you 52. You got to return this hop also when it come out 7. So you're only going to have 48. All right, you're going to lose 45 here, so you're going to make a $3 profit. All right, so that way we've got the 7 and the yo covered right away. Our don't pass is hedged, is covered. The only thing that hurts us on any of this iron cross strategy on this don't is when you hit your point. You're going to lose that 45. All right, so now let's say, all right, so now we got our point established. We're down to 16. So we got to have a hit in order to recoup this 16 hop. We got 45 right here. We got a point established. So the next thing we do, we're going 18, 18, and 6 and 6. So 3 and 3. So this is 6 plus 36. So that's 42 and 10. So we got 52 at risk right now. So see, that might be a little bit different. It kind of protected a little more on the come out, but it's not quite enough to protect what happens. So you still got to have a couple hits. All right, so the very first hit, let's just look. I think we know that if the 6 or 8 comes, we're probably not going to do nothing. So the 6 or 8 comes, we got to have 15 right here. So there's 18, 51, and 6. So we've actually got 57 up, and we only got $45 on a don't. So if the 7 comes right away, we're going to lose 57, and we're going to lose our 12. So a 0.7 out, we would lose our $12 hops, our $16 hops, and then an extra 12 because we got 57 here and only 45 coming back. So see, we about lose 30 on a 0.7 out. So it's kind of just, that might not be quite the route to go. I mean, you might want to scale it up a little more. All right, but let's just see what happens. Say the 6 or 8 comes, we're going to get paid 21, but this 15's down, and we got to re-up them 6 there. So 6 and 8's going to break even. Let's see what happens on a 5. A hopper 5 pays us 3 times 15, it pays us 45. $15 times 3 pays 45 plus the 3. So you gotta take, so they're gonna give you 42, then you gotta put 15 back up, so you'll get a $27 profit. Any 5, you'll get a $27 profit, your field will still be up, and your hops will still be going. So the first, any roll during that, the 5s would pay for your hops out here. So 6 and 8 don't pay anything, but it don't cost anything else. If a 2 or a 12 comes, they're going to give you $30. No, they're going to give you they're going to give you, you got 15 out there, they're going to put 15, they're going to put $30 more out there. So you're going to win 30 minus the 6, so you're going to have a $24 profit. If a 3, 4, 9, 10, 11 comes, you're going to win 15 minus the 6, or you're going to win $9 profit. So basically, really, you got to get through the come out, and you can hedge that with hops. Kind of get a little expensive probably if you having a lot of come outs. But if you can get through just any other hit beside a 6 or 8, you're gonna be close to. If it's a 2 or a 12, if it's a 2, 5, or a 12, all you need is one hit. If it's a 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11, you just need 2. and if it's a 6 or 8, you're gonna lose money because the field and the hops is gonna be what it costs, what the 6 or 8 pays. So if you get a combination of some of that stuff, say like you got a 5 and then you got a 11, you'd be already be ahead. And if you just got one hit, like say your point come out to be a 4, and the very next hit was a hopping 5, you're already in profit. The hopping 5 is going to pay for all the hops that you took out over here, and then if he 7'd out, you're going to be in a profit. So pretty much, but really I think you'd be better by staying with the, if they got $10 tables, staying at the lower level. The 44 inside with $3 hops on everything on the come out and $2 hopping on the 5. I think you'd just be better that way. Stay with the $40 dome, hop the 7s and the yo on the come outs for $3 each. It's going to cost you 12. Once you get a point established, and hey, the best case scenario is right away on the come out, he hits the 2 or the 3. He can hit the 2, 3, 11, or 7, and you're going to make just a tad. But the 2 or 3, you're going to make a lot better because it's going to pay 40 minus the $12 hop. So you're going to make $28 profit right away. But if he comes out with the 12, you're going to lose the $12 hops. Your 40s are going to still be there, so you'd have to re-up. So the come out 12s would kind of hurt you a little bit, just make you need more hits. But really, I think that's more or less the way to go. That's on I mean, more or less, that's the way to go that I'm liking. I'm not going to say that's the best way to go. There's different ways to go. And there's Midnight Madness. Midnight Train earlier said in this video, you're gambling. So every time you put money up, you're at risk. But this right here makes a lot of sense to me. I've been trying to figure out, I mean, Andrew's lay in the back wall strategy kind of can work, but it's a progressive style betting. When you get the second one knocked off, you've got two $30 down. You have to up those back up, and you have to progress everything up to 1.5 times. So it gets real progressive. You got to have a big bankroll to go up into levels 2, 4, 6. With the 3 lay strategy, what I finally seen that works, you got 3 lay bets up. It's gonna cost you $3. Well, just don't worry about the bid. So what happens here is, it doesn't matter which 3 numbers you pick, but if you got 3 lay bets up on the come out, boom, you're automatically $57 to the good. If a come out 7 comes, all right. But let's just say the points got established and it's not on any one of your lays, and they roll and roll and roll, they never knock a lay off. Well, boom, they finally hit a 7, $57 winner. That's just like a come out. All right. Let's look at this scenario. The come out roll knocks 1 lay off. Now, he said you can start progressing it right there. You can go ahead and add that next. You can go ahead and add that right back in for 48, and then you can press these up to 48 also, which gets pretty expensive real quick if you do that. And then if the 7 comes, you're going to make the $53 profit, I believe it was. It might have been 52. I'd have to look back at my sheet, but I had wrote all this out. Or you don't have to press it at all. If 1 lay bet gets knocked off, just say 1 got knocked off, just leave these other 2 there. And if neither one of them gets knocked off before the 7, you'll still make, at the bare minimum, say you got the 4 and the 5 is what's left. The 2 lowest numbers, the 4 or the 5, they're going to pay the lower amounts. The 6 or the 8 is going to pay a higher amount for a lay bet. But even those two lowest ones after the VIG, you're still going to make a profit of $3. They're actually going to pay you like 33, because that one's going to pay 14. The 4's going to pay 14. The 5's going to pay 19. That's after the VIG. That's $33. So what basically happened was you got your $30 back on the 6 that got knocked off, and you got a $3 profit. Now you got the $30 lays again. You got a $3 profit. But that too is at risk, because I've seen it happen many times. I've seen it happen to me Saturday night many times. So I do 4, 5, and 6 on a random shooter. They come out and hit a 5. Boom, first lay bet's done. All right, I do nothing. I just leave them other 2 lays up. Well, the shooter throws. He hits an 8. He comes back with a 10. He comes back with a 4. Boom, knock that one off. Boom, now I'm down to 1 lay. So at that point in time, I just tell the dealer, take that lay down. That way I did lose 60, but a lot of times I've lost a lot more than that. A lot of times I'll do that iron cross where I've got 44 out there and never get a hit, and as soon as I get bets up 0.7 out, and it gets my whole 44. Doing the 44, doing the 5, 6, and 8 and a $10 fee, $44. Boom. So getting those 2 30s knocked off is sometimes not that risky, because a lot of times you get the 7 before 2 different lays get knocked off. But if you're doing a progressive style, that's where it can get expensive. Just doing the 1 and letting it get knocked off, and then the 7 comes, you're going to make a profit. But a lot of times you get a 7 out. I mean, you get a 7 on come out, straight profits. Especially if you can do it, especially if you catch the lay, if you go ahead and do it on randoms and just go ahead and put the 30 out there, and they get a point out here that's not on one of your lays, or they get a come out 7 on a come out. You know, you're up 50, 57. And if you can catch 2 or 3 of them like that, you're already in profit. Anyway, I'm just hanging out and talking, and been frustrated about this dice throwing for a minute, and got on here and tried all kind of different throws. I was trying dark side bets. I was trying lay bets. I was trying different dice sets, and just nothing has worked. So I'm exploring another avenue to this game, and I appreciate y'all hanging out. My wife has been texting me and telling me to come on in for the past probably hour or 2. So I'm finna call it a night. Sorry to bore y'all with all my frustrations earlier in the day. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night right there. And I'm going to change the title to this just to get some of that, because all that information wasn't correct. Put the date on here. Go ahead and put a little bit more. Change that title to the dice will not behave. So I'll know where to find it. But again, I appreciate anybody and everybody that if there is any. Okay, so Robert, you still out there? Okay, I appreciate you hanging out. And it's been frustrating. You missed the first part, but I was really considering, just about really considering giving this crap up. But so I come out to check it out. I come out, I guess, to kind of say to vent a little bit. But I'm gonna close it down right there. So dice are out. Appreciate you hanging out.